All right, I think we are good to go. Let me just wait for this green line to get started, and there we go. All right, so hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a fantastic day here. Bitcoin, of course, is starting off the week kind of rough, but ultimately I'm not too concerned, and we'll be talking about that quite a bit. A lot of news to go over here today. I wasn't able to stream earlier today or yesterday because I was moving back everything into my living room here. It's all cleaned, it's all been scrubbed down, deep cleaned, so everything's really nice. So you guys can see the TV in the back again, the stereo system, all that type of good stuff. I like having more of a nice background to it instead of just a weird wall with the TV behind it. So a little bit better right now. Hope you guys all had a great weekend here. I think the big goal for today is basically to break down Bitcoin, where it's going, look at some plays here as far as altcoins are concerned. Check out the dollar index because that is going higher. Checking out gold because I think that is also heading higher. Yes, it is another batch of all-time highs for gold. And then we're just going to look at some news here to see what's going on. Bitcoin's come down quite hard. I know we had a little bit of an alert system of that in the 4-hour chart, but we ultimately did get up towards $70,000, facing that resistance. And now here comes the grind that we're going to be worrying about for the next few days. Will Bitcoin hold? Will it not? I'm still of the mindset that I'm happy with where Bitcoin is because I've been able to scale out of some of my plays here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And I'll tell you guys what type of plays I'm looking at because there are a lot of tokens right now that are at levels of resistance. So if Bitcoin does find a way to turn it around over the next few days before the end of the week, because we're looking at this from a weekly perspective right now, that's where I think a lot of you guys start to get a little bit more excited. I will show you guys my week's trades for today. I think I'm up a little bit overall because one of my tokens exploded today. I did not sell it because it is something more of a swing trade for me, but I think that I'm not selling it against my better judgment because typically when you see a random pop like we're going to be talking about, usually you just sell it and take your profit. So let me do one thing up here, and that's the one thing I forgot to add on here is my week's chart. There we go. I think we're okay. Bitcoin just lost 67,300. That's not really the most important one. We just want to figure out 67,000 here. Yeah, it still seems like it's holding on at this point. It's basically, I'll show you the technicals, but over the last few weeks, we've had a couple peaks. It's basically trying to hover above that. I'll draw a line so you guys can see it. That's most likely where we're gonna try to bounce off of. I'm normally wearing glasses, but I have that light there right now, and you guys can't see my eyeballs if I'm like this. You guys can't see Loki because I'm like doing some healthy stuff this week, so I got my desk standing up, basically in that stand-up motion. So you guys can kind of see Loki if he comes up. Come here, Loki. You can kind of see him. Boom, good boy. Okay, so let's get started here and look at some technical analysis. And hey, Matthew, no cigars today. I probably won't smoke a cigar until Thursday with you guys, and that's primarily because I went to the cigar lounge like every day last week, and I definitely need to take a break of cigar smoking. Literally went last Sunday, last Monday, last Tuesday, last Wednesday. Like last Tuesday was Taco Tuesday. Wednesday I just went to hang out with some buddies. Thursday was night at the Bird, having a good time with all those guys. Friday went out again to the Bird. Saturday I went to a private VIP party which rented out a patio for cigar smoking. So I smoked cigars quite a bit. I did not smoke cigars yesterday. I did not smoke cigars today. So I'm taking a little bit of a breather. I might be smoking cigars tomorrow, which may suck though, because not suck, but I'm going to go visit a friend up in Seattle. And I did want to smoke a cigar with him, or he wanted to smoke a cigar with me. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, let's focus on technical analysis for a second. We'll get through all of this other stuff here. It's not as bad as I think people think, and maybe because I've been telling you guys, watch out. That 4-hour chart's giving you a little bit of a warning sign here, and then on top of that, it's okay to scale out. So let's just kind of see what's been happening over the last 24, 48 hours. We already know over the last few days, Bitcoin did break it, and it has been going higher and higher and higher. Back over here on Saturday, we started to lose some momentum. Not a lot, but we have been losing it, so it is a little more of a concern at this point in time. And then as of today, you see the stochastic going bearish, the RSI going bearish, and the MACD staying bullish for now, okay? This is where I think people are going to be a little more worried, and this comes down to the 4-hour chart. You guys can see when we started to have the bearishness turn around right back over here. 9 p.m. on Wednesday, October 16th. We talked about this. I thought we might just come back down here a little bit more before making a stronger move. In fact, we were pretty resilient and we stayed up. And then we almost broke above $70,000. And then you saw us come back down here to where people are, I think, panicking a little bit more. And although, you know, we have a support level right here around 66,000. Let me see what this candle's. 66,666. Okay, interesting. Although we have a little bit of a support level there, we did break it just for a second and we kind of bouncing up right now. But what I'm really looking at is if you zoom out a little bit, if my computer lets me zoom out a little bit. I wonder if I haven't. Do I have anything open? No, just going to be slow. Okay. Guys, notice these peaks, peak 1, peak 2. Around this level is, I think, where you're going to see Bitcoin having some support. So for now, let's just focus on the tallest of these peaks. And that's right around here, right? And that's kind of where we bounced off. If you guys are a little bit more worried about what may happen to Bitcoin, I'd say wait to see if we break down below 66,498. If that does occur, I think we might come back down here towards the $65,000 to $64,000 level before making that larger move up. And this is, you know, where I'm looking to start buying up more assets if we do have this dip. To be honest, not so much Bitcoin because I have a good amount of it. I've been liking these swing trades. Scaling out has been something I've been, you know, preaching for a while now. But altcoins have a bunch of momentum. They're losing some of it now, of course, because you're seeing them go down 5, 10, 15, 20% because they rallied up like over 100% of last month. But I'm thinking to try to buy that dip and kind of ride that wave back up. So before we get started with everything else and all the other charts here, I'm just going to show you guys the trades that I have because I bought these a couple weeks ago. Some are good, some are bad, some are terrible, some are freaking amazing. However, I just want you guys to understand the thought process here because these have now turned into these swing trades that we've been talking about where I'm not worried about these types of dips and things because I think Bitcoin's on the verge of having a larger breakout over the next couple of weeks, and we'll talk about the weekly chart here in a second. But just to give you guys a little bit of an update so you guys can see what's going on here. Are my trades working out? Are they bad? They suck? Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so first of all, right here, you guys can see that, yeah. We have COSPA. My COSPA is down 31% with a 10x leverage, so basically down 3%. Paul is down about 3, or is, excuse me, up about 3%, not really doing anything. Piro is up around 13, 14%. That's nice. Dog is down about 76% right now. Not good. Now, again, these are all leverage, like 5, 10, 15x leverage, but it's still down that percentage, which actually matters quite a bit. Cat is up 326%. I do not know what happened with Cat today, to be honest, but I bought it a few days ago, as you guys know. I think I bought it here on the time it dipped. I waited for a few days, and now look at it. It's doing some crazy things. Again, I told you guys against my better judgment, I'm still holding on to this, but, you know, it is a nice trade. It does bring me some profit here. In fact, this is keeping this entire portfolio afloat, which is why I always like to have a little bit of diversification here. But I'm not entirely sure when I should sell this because eventually it is going to go back down. This is a very abnormal pump, and I'm thinking that maybe today I will close this position and reallocate these funds into something that hasn't necessarily popped yet. I'll probably shave off like 90 or 80% of this. Let's just say 80% of it, and I'll reallocate those funds to new tokens here so we can kind of ride those waves because this is going up. All the other altcoins are going down. I do want to scoop some of those up here. But Cat, surprisingly, making a very good move here. This is what I was hoping would happen, but I was hoping it would happen like with the backdrop of Bitcoin because I'm never expecting like multiple pop like that. But if Bitcoin's moving up, I expect to have these altcoins doing some very nice moves. And then finally here we got PopCat down 50%, Ponk down 60%, Meme down 9%, and Dogs down 52%. Now overall, I'm up around $336 because most of these are small positions where I've just been dollar cost averaging. There are a few of which I've been putting more capital behind. That would be Dogs, the cat one you see right up here, so I kind of got lucky with that one. And then, no, that's it. Yeah, I really haven't added much money into any of these yet, so Meme has $100 into it if you think that's a lot of money. But basically, this is going to be another week of dollar cost averaging, which is why it's going to be so important that this week we talk a lot about altcoins because I know a lot of you guys were trying to figure out should you be buying more this week, next week, what's the kind of plan. Now that we're getting a little bit of a breather, I think it does open up some opportunities for those of you who have been looking for those dips. If you guys are just waiting for the breakout, We'll talk about that here in a little bit because that breakout is going to change a lot. We haven't had it yet, and that kind of makes me think of, I don't know, mid 2023, but we'll talk about that. Sorry guys, I am dehydrated today. Alright, I think it's because I'm moving everything and I got my standing desk back here, so all of a sudden, I'm not sitting down being lazy. Okay, so here's a few more things about Bitcoin you guys should just know, just in case. MACD on the weekly chart is accelerating. I do like what I see there. The thing that really bothers me, I think overall, and I'll move my screen over here very fast so you guys can see all of that. Perfect. All right, the thing that does concern me is I don't want you guys to go gung-ho on the monthly, like 1 month, 2 month, or 3 month long trades until we find a way to break out above this level of resistance, which is around 72,300 or so. The exact number, 72,359 and 72 cents. That's the level we're trying to break out above. If we can do that with all the momentum on our side, like we did back over here, Bitcoin will have a very solid Q4, Q4, whatever you want to call it, and most likely have a pretty solid Q1 of 2025. After that, we get a little bit more risky. What happens? Are we having pullbacks? That type of stuff. But the main goal, I'm trying not to sound too repetitive here, is just to have the breakout that takes us to that next Fibonacci level. If we do have a breakout here with momentum going up right now, which is good for us, what we're going to see is this going back up here towards $100,000, I believe. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for right now. I know whales are going to be selling up here because if you just zoom out for a second, this is an obvious level of resistance, which is why we really did a lot of swing trading here and not long-term investing. And again, it's why we've been dollar cost averaging all this stuff, because the dollar cost averaging is there for when we have that larger breakout, which we haven't had yet, but hopefully we have it over the next a few days or maybe a couple weeks if we're lucky here. So far, it just looks like we're breathing a little bit. We've been here plenty of times, I'm just hoping it doesn't end up like something back over here where we had that positive MACD, everything was looking very good, and then we just weren't able to break out. I'm hoping we can have that breakout, especially since right now we are having rate cuts right now. Rate cuts, election, Middle East peace, perhaps. There's more tailwinds for us at this point in time, and that's what I want you guys to focus on here. Regardless, this is still a big level of resistance. A lot of tokens are at levels of resistance, so please be careful if you guys are trading right now. So let me go over here very fast. Let me show you guys different tokens out there because I do think we're seeing some beautiful things. So Ethereum right now broke out, hit another level of resistance, of course, and it did get rejected back down here. Again, it's not so terrible. I think probably next week we're going to be able to break above the 20 and the 50 week moving averages, and that should give us a surge back up here towards $3,000, which will be something Ethereum lovers will really enjoy. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. Not too much more. We haven't had the MACD crossover on Ethereum. It's been a little bit more laggy. However, on the daily chart here, if I can show you guys this, there we go. Auto. We did see some nice spikes going into the weekend here. I love that a lot. We unfortunately still got rejected by this level of resistance. You guys know how I like to draw my rectangles and stuff like this. Go a little high, get low, just drag it along, So you're seeing a little bit of profit taking. Not enough to concern me, but just enough to notice it. Things like Solana also had a breakout. Solana has not had the big move down like Ethereum has, but it has broken out. Momentum is still looking pretty strong. And, the weekly chart here giving me a little bit more of a pause, but ultimately I'm okay with it because the MACD is turning around here. I think this could be the beginning of something good. But when we look at these types of charts, it seems like it's all going to take like a week or 2 weeks or something like that. I'm hoping we can just have something of an abnormal pop, but I don't really know if there's much news as far as catalysts coming up, especially because everybody is going to be worried about the election pretty soon. And, as Trump's poll numbers have gone up to being, I would say, even with Harris, so they're kind of neck and neck. You've seen the market enjoy that news. The stock market's been rallying off that news. The crypto market's been rallying off that news. But Trump could still lose, Kamala could still win, Trump could still win, Kamala can still lose. There's going to be a lot of factors and variables there, and there might be violence in the East Coast or DC and stuff if Trump loses and Kamala wins, or Kamala loses and Trump wins. Back in 2016, I don't know if you guys remember, there's a lot of protests and rioting happening in DC. When Trump lost, there was the January 6th stuff. There's typically some violence involved the last few election cycles. So just be aware of that here. Okay, now we'll get to other altcoins here in a second, like Dogecoin, everything else. There's some good stuff happening there. I think today, after like a really bad day today, there's a breather happening. But let's just take a peek here at what's actually been moving up over the last 24 hours. We have Apecoin moving up. I told you guys Apecoin was going to do something good here. I just had to wait for it because it had fallen down so much. Apecoin is up over Apecoin is up over 100% in the last 7 days. Okay, that's like up around $600 million market cap right there, up $600 million. Absolutely fantastic. If you guys have that, you can sell, you can hold, you can do whatever. I'd scale out at least 75% of that sucker and take that profit with me because it has just been great so far. I am scaling out of that position just because it ran up so fast. I was like, what the hell happened? Again, I'm expecting some nice moves, but we don't see coins like this pop off like nothing in normal circumstances. Remember, this was like a $600-700 million token. It still takes some oomph to get that going up 100% in a day. So again, the vibe is changing here. You can see there's more crazy stuff happening. Even that cat coin I was showing you guys on Weeks, that is making some good moves. And if you guys are looking for new exchanges, I do got some links down below in case you guys are trying to find more tokens to trade. Right now, I've been having a lot of fun, just finding those tokens that have like 20 million, $100 million market cap, putting like 20 bucks into it with a 5x leverage and just kind of holding, because when they ride and they make you some good profits, it can basically turn like $5 into like 95 bucks on average. So it's like really good if you can just hold, and you guys don't care about the fees because the fees are going to be so small because the money is so small. But you get the point there. So AXL is up 5%, APT is up 4%, Atoms up 4%, Cat and a Dog New World is up 4%. Again, there's not really much happening today because Bitcoin went down. On the flip side here, first Nero on Ethereum is down 10, Dogwoof Hat down 8, Tau down 8, Mog down 8. Some of the biggest movers over the last few days are definitely down here. But again, look at these last 30 days. Even if it's down 10% in the last 24 hours or 16% in the last 7 days, it's still up 123% over the last 30 days. So everything right now is still looking good for the most part. Optimism is not. Celestia is not. You got a few in here like Render not, Immutable X not. But most things are up over the last 30 days. There's actually a few in here that are not. I wonder what happened to these ones. Some of the older tokens actually. But you get the point here. Even Shiba Inu is up 23% here. So play around with this, see what you like. For us, I think it's mostly been meme coin. That's why it feels like everything's so good. We've been mostly involved with meme coins and AI tokens, and it seems like those are the tokens that are doing very, very well. The ones that are not doing well are the ones that are not meme coins or or AI tokens. So I'm going to repeat, I'm doubling down on AI tokens and meme tokens. Those seem to be the good performers. I'm not going to change my mind on this for now. I mean, it's been a theme. Excuse me, guys. I'm tired. It's been a theme of ours for the last month or so now, month and a half. Let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, I have ADA, a little bit of it, and I sold most of it off last year. I went long XRP yesterday, and I'm still holding that position. XRP is kind of nice because it doesn't dip with Bitcoin. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Are you guys buying a lot of stuff, or have you guys had good performances with things that are not meme coins and not AI tokens, and not Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana type stuff? I'm curious to hear what you guys say about that. And then, of course, as far as the news is concerned, Trump made some big news over the weekend. Trump worked at McDonald's for a day. I thought it was actually pretty hilarious. But as far as a political move, I guess it was pretty smart. So Trump's tax plans could exempt 93 million Americans from income taxes. So this is actually pretty interesting here. I'm just going to read the first little part of this so you guys can give me your thoughts on it. This is more going to the fact that I don't think any candidate really wants to pay back the debt. So this is still a good time to buy Bitcoin for the long term, because Kamala's not, Trump's not, nobody cares about the debt. Now, Former President Donald Trump's tax reform ideas could offer total or partial income tax exemptions to roughly 93.2 million Americans, a meaningful chunk for the U.S. electorate, according to CNBC's analysis of several estimates. As part of his economic pitch to voters, Trump has floated a sweeping tax overhaul, including a slate of income tax breaks. So far, the Republican presidential nominee has officially proposed eliminating income tax on tips and Social Security benefits, along with overtime pay. Now, if you're middle class and you're like a worker, this is some great shit for you. The deficit, or not even the deficit, just, the deficit, we're behind on our bills basically. Not so much, but no income tax on tips, that's pretty nice, right? If you mostly get paid in tips, which a lot of people do because they have the servers' wages in a lot of states, that's really nice. Social Security, your Social Security is worth a fucking lot less because of inflation. That'd be kind of nice too. And then overtime pay, shit, you work more and you don't get taxes heavily. That's also pretty cool. So again, this is interesting. I kind of like these ideas. I wish he had a way to pay for them, to be honest. I think that'd make it a little bit more palatable for me. But the ideas are kind of solid here. So again, what do you guys think about this? You could already see a news story right here on the right hand side. I know you guys can only see the little thumbnail of it, but not the text. It says Trump plan would speed up Social Security insolvency. Budget group says, of course it would. Of course it would, but I just don't think there's any way the government's not just going to throw money at Social Security, because any party that chooses to not throw money at Social Security, they will not be in office for long. That is just a fact. Republicans can't say no. Democrats can't say no. If they do, it's the end of their party. We're going to have like Reagan-style elections where one person can win like 49 states out of the union. It would just not be a good thing here. Now, besides that news here, there really wasn't too much here. I heard some news from the Fed today. The Fed is maybe not thinking about doing as many rate cuts. That's pretty interesting. I still think we're going to be doing 2 more before the end of the year, but there's a fear out there, and some of the bond markets have been telling us this. There's a fear that inflation may come back up a little bit, and that may slow down the number of rate cuts coming at the beginning of 2025. At this point in time, I think it's okay to wait and see, but that's starting to become a narrative and a story, and if people believe it, they're not going to be investing as much into Bitcoin and other assets out there. In fact, what we've been seeing is actually some people buying a lot more gold, and we'll be looking at gold's price here very soon. But as you guys can see, Bitcoin hash rate hits all-time highs, publicly listed miners' share of the network peaks. Ripple co-founder Larson flooding Kamala Harris election effort with XRP. The co-founder Larson's giving a bunch of money to Kamala Harris. You're going to lose a lot of support from the crypto community if you give money to Kamala Harris. It's just a fact here. So I don't know exactly what they're doing, because Kamala Harris definitely is in more of an alignment with Gary Gensler, who, if XRP didn't notice, does not like XRP. So, getting ready for that one as well. And we got a few other stories here. Nothing, of course, too crazy. Again, it was kind of a slow day as far as news. Sometimes they try to make stuff up to get you riled up and say, oh my God, this is something I got to pay attention to. Wasn't really happening so much today. Basically, Bitcoin hit a large level of resistance over here at $70,000, close to it. And Bitcoin's coming down after that as we start to see some selling happening. There we go. And we're just seeing a little bit of selling. We're probably going to come down for maybe a couple more days. We'll have to see. Then afterwards, we're going to have a larger move, and that should have us break out. This isn't so much of a day-to-day type of move right now. It's a week-to-week move, which means that a lot of the day-to-day stuff is going to be, it's going to be meant to shake you out. And kind of this is a good representation of it. You can imagine that we were having a pretty nice rally back up here. We did have about 2 really bad days of Bitcoin coming down, where you saw Bitcoin come down about 9%, or about $6,000 over a 2-day period of time. That was very bad. And then you saw Bitcoin go stagnant for a while and then bounce back up and make some nice highs over here. That's most likely what you're going to see over the next couple weeks, where eventually we end up higher, but the road is going to be very bumpy, and people that are not used to these types of trades may get shaken out. So I just want to remind you guys of some of those overarching trends. Bitcoin right now, as you guys can see, is still moving up. We're about to have a golden cross here for the first time in a while, where you do see the 50-day moving average crossing above the 200. We've already seen the 20 cross the 200, and the last time the 50 crossed the 200 was way back over here, again in October of 2023. This was a very long time ago. It was the last time we broke above the Fibonacci level, and of course it happened after the large move, but you know, we're still feeling that same type of momentum. Just like on the weekly chart, Bitcoin really needs to start popping off here, so we don't have this death cross here between the 20 and 50, because to me that'd be a very bad sign for Bitcoin, like a very bad sign. So let this thing rally up, wait to see what happens next. We are in a slow move up, we're still moving up, which is fantastic, and we, for the first time since July, are hitting this crucial level of resistance that we're gonna have to chew this wall out. I like it. I'm actually okay with this, guys. Now if we go over here to the 15-minute chart, you know, Bitcoin doesn't look too pretty. We're bouncing off that support level I talked about here pretty nicely, actually, pretty nicely here. 1 hour chart here kind of shows you a little bit of the carnage over the last 24 hours. But again, we spiked up here kind of around 69,600, came back down, popping off, and we'll see what happens next. We're still going to be bearish here, I think, for maybe the next 2-3 days. I'll kind of let you know my thoughts as we kind of get more along this route, but I still think we are bearish here in the short term. Long term, medium term, I'm still pretty much gung-ho here, so just bear with it for a little bit. Scale it if you guys haven't scaled it already. I know I told you guys like every day last week, scale out, scale out, scale out. In case you guys in it, you guys should still be up if you bought a few days ago as well, or last Monday and Sunday during that breakout, right? You guys are still up technically, so you know, don't be afraid to lock in some of those profits. Now, few things you guys should be concerned about besides Bitcoin's price action. Some of these things about Bitcoin are kind of annoying. Not Bitcoin, excuse me, the dollar index are kind of boring. Why is my computer doing this? Hold on a second here, guys. What is going on? Is Google really taking up so much space here? Maybe. All right. Anyway, this is the daily chart for the dollar index. It's been going high for a while now. Now, luckily for us, Bitcoin's also been going higher for a while now, but for the first time today, we did break out above that 200 daily moving average. We haven't been above it for since August, I guess. And we are heading up for this big order block, so maybe that'll be an opportunity for Bitcoin to get something more of a reversal. But yeah, those rate cuts did not help out as much as we thought it would when it came to the dollar index. So again, another headwind for Bitcoin. We have momentum coming back up here. I don't think it's ultimately anything too crazy, but other countries around the world are making their moves, and that is also pushing up the dollar. Especially if you think about China. China's currency is going down a lot right now because of them pumping up tons of money into their economy to try to save it. That means their coin, or their yuan version of their dollar, goes down, and ours goes up against it, and the DXY is just basically almost like an indice of dollar indexes. So it's like, you know, dollar index to the yuan, dollar index to the yen, dollar index to the euro, dollar index to the pound, kind of all meshed into one. And that's why you're kind of seeing this go up a little bit more right now. Oh, and then last thing here. As we go along, I gotta start. Do I have? No, I don't have any extra tabs. Yeah. But anyway, here's the monthly chart for gold right here. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Monthly chart for gold. We are at all-time highs again. We are very close to this next Fibonacci level, but gold is just kind of blasting through all walls right now. People are very concerned. People are very concerned. As somebody who's owned gold for a very long time and who was very bored with gold because gold did nothing, and I repeat nothing, for about 44 months, which is over. It's almost like 2 years, right? 12, no, that's more than 2 years. Yeah, that's like years. Yeah, 44 months, 3.5, 4, close to 4 years. Gold did nothing basically, right? So all of a sudden we are seeing a nice big breakout here. I wonder why it's happening, but I will take it. Well, I know why it's happening, but you know, I hope we can get some better stuff out of this, out of these markets, I should say. Okay, so let's shave that down. Let's shave that down. Let me click on that. Let me see what you guys are saying right now. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing well. Bitcoin is going vertical. Hey, if you zoom out a little bit, you're going to be just fine when it comes to Bitcoin here, guys. don't focus on the day-to-day stuff as much unless you guys are day trading. And right now, day trading isn't even giving you the best opportunities, I would say, at right now today. If you want to have another small day trade where you're holding for 20 to 30 hours, or maybe even up to a couple days, look at this 4-hour chart. You know, give it a minute for the 4-hour chart to come back around when it comes to the MACD. Once that turns bullish, you guys should be good and clear to go a little bit, get a little bit more bullish here. My only fear is right now, what you're seeing is actually some whales selling off. So when the whales are done selling off, you may see a rapid push up. And by that, I mean, it's not going to be a gradual, let's watch the momentum come back up. You can buy her at the right time and it just starts to make you money pretty easily. It may just go boom. You're sitting at work, you missed this whole move, and you're like, what the fuck, it happened out of nowhere. That's my concern here. But because, you know, I'm at my computer most of the day, I'm walking around, I got my apps and stuff on me when I'm smoking cigars, downtown, hanging out with buddies and whatnot. I can keep track of it. Make sure to set some alerts if you guys can. Because remember, all you got to do is go over here and you can set your alerts on TradingView. You can add text notes, Bitcoin to watch list, add alert on MACD, right? Trigger, rising to falling, crossing up, crossing down. So you can go crossing up, or, you know, on the 4-hour right here, 12.26.9, hit create, bing, bing, bing. When that alert goes off, you're good. Or you can be looking for something of a price action with Bitcoin. And by that, I mean it breaks above 68,000 or something. For now, though, I wouldn't be surprised if I got back into Bitcoin with the next 48 hours to go for a long here. But I want to give it a little bit more time here. I think we have some economic data coming out this week, which concerns me. Oops, sorry, boy. Let's see. Here, do you want a treat? Oh, sorry. There you go. You got it. It's pouring down rain outside. So we got Philadelphia Fed President Patrick Harris speaking tomorrow. That's not really big news. Fed Governor Michelle Bowman speaks. Again, not really big news. The Fed Beige Book may be interesting. That may cause a move on Wednesday. So keep an eye on that one. Thursday, we got jobless claims. That's it, really. Friday, durable good orders. I think will be important for us just to kind of have a sentiment of how the economy is doing. Because right now, the Fed, it's having a tough job. And it's been having a tough job for a while because they've kind of screwed up so much. Excuse me. So it's trying to make sure we don't go into a recession. Then on top of that, what it's also trying to focus on is keeping inflation down. And then third thing is here is keep the economy growing slowly, I would say. So it's a delicate push and pull to make sure that the economy has enough oomph to keep going, right? Without sputtering. We want to keep going, but at the same time, we don't want inflation to creep back up and have the Fed have to change stances again and start going to more of a rate hiking environment. We are nowhere near a rate hiking environment right now. We are not. No way, Jose. But again, the Fed, the Fed would lag so much. The Fed would lag so much because of that anyway, so we wouldn't have to worry about that until like 2026. But yeah, so that's kind of the news of what's going on today here, guys. If you guys have any thoughts about anything, let me know. I'm kind of happy with where we're at, to be honest. I know people don't like these small dips and whatnot, but just give it some time here. Just give it some time. I don't really think we're in too much of a catastrophic moment. It also matches up with what we saw coming up from a few days ago, or no, it's actually been about a month since we talked about this, I believe. So you guys know when Bitcoin does have these larger moves and Bitcoin starts to skyrocket off of the MACD, the stochastic, and the RSI, something that we've seen happen quite a bit is it only lasts maybe about a week to a week and a half, and then after that you typically see Bitcoin coming back down. So what we have right now is, can't just body slam me. Look, there's nobody outside, at least I hope there's not. This rally with Bitcoin, it really kicked off here with the MACD, and it ran up for about 7 days or a week, right? This one over here a little bit longer. This one ran up for around 17 days. It was actually one of the largest ones we saw. It was also when we started to see more news about rate cuts and things like that. So we saw a little bit of a boost there. Going back to over here, This one lasted for about 6 days. This one lasted for about 9 days right here before we kind of pitter-patted out. And then back over here, I know this one was up against a level of resistance, so it's kind of funky to try to that one. This one over here lasted for about 8 days before we put it out. So most of these moves have been about a week long, and I think that's fine for now. But the momentum on the weekly chart and the golden crosses and things like that are what are going to make me stay bullish for Bitcoin in the future here. So let me just put a little line up here, a little drawing tool. This is where, drag this up here a little bit more. Why is, oh, I forgot. I redid everything on my desk today, so I have this like big mouse pad, like my whole desk is like the mouse pad, kind of. But I forgot I put it upside down, so it's like a really coarse side. There we go. Where I think eventually we have that curl back up, and then once we start breaking above 70,000 bucks, it's game over. I mean, we're going to really have a slingshot effect here. That slingshot effect is where we're going to see a lot of people sell, unfortunately, because they're going to want to take those profits, and sure, go for it. But I think it's the way you open those weekly, monthly long trades where you just kind of hold on tight. More towards the altcoin side, because I think right now Bitcoin is still good enough to dollar cost average, but everything else, oh, you're going to be going gung-ho. I mean, just take a look at some of these tokens over the last few days. Now, you guys know most of my watch list and portfolio are meme coins and stuff, so if you guys have another token later on, let me know. But Dogecoin, we talked about Dogecoin having, breaking out above moving averages. Beautiful right now. Even with Bitcoin taking its dip, Dogecoin doesn't look like it had any big crash today at all. It did have a move down when Bitcoin moved down, but look, it recovered very, very nicely. This is why I'm not really panicking as much, guys. Now we got things like WIF. What is going on with my computer? Why is it so slow? I might have to clean my computer. I might have too many video files on it from all this editing I did over the weekend. But WIF came down quite a bit, but we're not really losing too much momentum here. In fact, we're going to have a death cross probably sometime next week. Bonk. Again, same thing. Had to move down. Well, we were actually supposed to move down, in my opinion, a while ago, but we didn't. We kind of stayed flat here. I was going to dip and a rip, but so far we're still doing fine. We're just going sideways. Miro, a low market coin that is close to my heart. It's still doing just fine here. It actually peaked a few days ago and it's been coming down since. Then it's kind of went flat. Again, I like these. Some of these tokens though are lower market cap. So if I just went over here to coinmarketcap.com for you, and I were to pull up something like Miro. I don't know why it's looking like that. There we go. Yeah, there we go. This is a market cap of $100 million. A few weeks ago, it was down to $64 million market cap. You know, kind of bottomed out around 58, 60. Yeah, I mean, I'm buying this stuff right now. So, and I'm not even buying this with leverage. I'm just buying a lot of these tokens that have under 500 million market cap. Just straight USDD, nice, easy exchange. I don't want to worry about the fees for the long-term stuff. I do that every now and again, but that's much more of a riskier thing because you don't know what's going to happen, right? So, Baby Doge, still looking fantastic, right? STMX is not a meme coin. This is kind of show you what most other tokens are doing right now. Kind of a more of a sideways approach. I think the more realistic one for you guys might be Matic. Yeah, here's Matic right here. This is something that was very big in 2021, 2020. This is what happens when it's not a meme coin and it's not an AI token. It just has not been it. And, you know, I mean, here's Fetch AI. This is an AI token here, so you guys can see the difference a little bit more. But slim Scarlet bit. There you go. All right. I thought we might have a little more of a rally here. Okay, sorry. My computer's messing up right now or something. We're still going up along that route, I think, okay right now, but we're holding support. We've been flat. We did have a really good rally back up here from August, from 70 cents back up towards $1.78. Good move, consolidation, perfect. I'm happy with it. I'm okay. It looks like we made another week or two before we have that golden cross and again start moving back up. So it just seems like we're cooking right now. We're still like Russell Wilson last night. We're cooking. We had a slow start. We're cooking. We're cooking right now. And you know, poor Justin Fields, man. Poor Justin Fields. There are a few tokens like RLC, which I think haven't had as big of a move, but I am buying this somewhat in the long term here. The breakouts on this one have not been fantastic at all, to be honest. But when it does start moving with some of these swing trades, I have been a fan of holding it, and you can see what it did back over here in October from last year all the way back up here towards 450. I think it can definitely have a move like that. Turbo, of course, this may be the next Dogecoin here. We did get rejected from this Fibonacci level up here, but still has a low market cap, 0.00 something. It's really good here. And we still have that momentum right now. This is the closest thing to a Dogecoin that I've seen so far. MOG has also been doing very, very well here. So you're definitely seeing some tokens out there really outperforming. I'm still choosing to have wide diversification, and I'll probably be putting out a portfolio here over the next few days. It won't be flashy or anything. I'll just kind of put it on coinmarketcap.com and just kind of go over it kind of in a very slow, boring way. But if you guys are interested in some of the tokens I'm buying, frankly, a lot of them are just being bought on some of these exchanges, like the ones that sponsor me, or it could be something that doesn't sponsor, like a crypto.com. Coinbase really doesn't have the selection of meme coins that I'm looking for, to be honest. So I haven't really been buying anything there, but if you find something on there, feel free to just go buy it. But yeah, we're still looking pretty good here, guys. I know it doesn't seem like it because, you know, Bitcoin did come down a couple $1,000, but ultimately, we're still on the right path. Most of these tokens are still healthy and thriving. It's more of this day-to-day volatility that's going to spook a lot of people going forward. And hey, Waldo, happy to see you, man. You haven't missed much. We were talking about Bitcoin's pullback and what's going on now. You want to take a bath? Yeah, that's what I thought. Loki's over here mad. He really wants to jump on me so you guys can see him on the screen, but I'm standing up. This is like the new stand-up thing, because otherwise you guys see the back of my sofa instead of the back of my TV, or the front of my TV. But anyway, just talking about how Bitcoin pulled back. Overall, the momentum is still bringing us higher, I think, over the next couple of weeks, but you are seeing some big levels of resistance ahead, so don't expect it to be easy to pop out. The fact that we have that momentum on our side is a very good sign for me, but I'm not going gung-ho and buying up a bunch of stuff as far as like leverage, like just going crazy with my trades until Bitcoin breaks out again to go to all-time highs, because once we break it above that Fibonacci level, I mean, we're going to be going strong. So I'm excited for that, but it hasn't happened yet. And people are freaking out after maybe one day of Bitcoin coming down, which I understand. But I thought I'd just cool everybody's nerves a little bit here, because we could definitely come down for the next few days, but I don't think it's going to be anything that we can't make back up within a few days afterwards, if that makes sense. We can easily dip. We can easily come back up afterwards. I think that's most likely what's going to happen here. Let's see. And hey, Tim, you need a better live notification. YouTube will never notify you guys for the most part. I don't know why. It does a very, very bad job of it. I've just learned to give up on YouTube helping me out as far as a channel. I don't care anymore. I just go live when I can go live. Hope people can figure that out. Or not you, but like, you know, hope YouTube can kind of notify enough people. And then boom, we're good. Otherwise, you guys are just scrolling on YouTube and you're like, hey, is Michael live? Or is Tom Crown live? Or is Crypto Lifer live? Or Crypto Face live? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you just see a notification on your screen, you click on it and be like, oh, let's chill. You know what I mean? And hey, Gambit, hope you're doing well. I hope Florida's recovering nicely. I know you didn't have as much gas last time and things like that. Hopefully things are just a little bit better for you. Let's see. And hey, Vanna, I hope you are waking up tomorrow in awe of its glory. The market overall wasn't really bad today. You know, like Dow Jones went down a little bit today. So you can see, well, let's go over here to the daily chart, I guess. There you go. Again, it doesn't look too bad. This is the daily chart. It didn't really look too bad today. I'll be more concerned if we have something more of a death cross here, because that just kind of symbolizes a little bit more of a boring time ahead. You can see how we just kind of lagged for a while. But NASDAQ, that was up today. The SPY was down just a tiny bit today. It wasn't too much of a bad move. It looks like we're just consolidating again before a larger move. And you can almost, you know, pull these trend lines up a little bit more and say, hey, we have at least until Friday to have another big move up here. Otherwise, going into next week, we may see something of a pullback down. So I think this week is crucial for most assets out there, not just cryptocurrency, but the stock market instead. But really, if you guys go on the news, everybody's really just paying attention to the election today. I was looking at CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, Newsmax had a funny article today about the McDonald's thing. I saw that on Twitter. Even the podcasters and whatnot, most people are just focusing on election because it's like, it's imminent. We all know it's going to happen. It's going to be a massive event because it kind of decides where the country's going for the next 4 years. you know, not many people are caring about economics all too all too much here. Not as much as they maybe should. But you know, I think that's just the way we have to kind of accept it. Crypto is going to be second seat or second fiddle, perhaps. You know, it's not going to be the main theme for a lot of people this month, because as much as we all love to look at cryptocurrency, trade cryptocurrency, and, you know, make money off of it, there are a lot of people who are diehards for politics. They love politics. They might not like their local elections, but they diehard Trump fans, diehard Kamala fans, and they're just ready to go to social media to duke it out with each other. Which, you know what? Go for it. If you want to have fun on social media, that's what Elon Musk bought Twitter for. Females still dragging their feet, but things are getting back to normal on my side of the state, at least. I'm happy, at least on your side of the state. I worry more about you than the average person, right? I think that's just human nature. Whoever we talk to more, I'm going to have more of a connection with them. Dip and rip, that's what I'm hoping for. And hey, Marin, yeah, I don't know why YouTube does the same thing with the ads and stuff like that. Hopefully it'll fix itself over a while, but yeah, it definitely does have a thing. I think that's just because YouTube's been doing a bunch of changes, actually. They sent me some emails about it. But yeah, I don't know exactly why they do it like that. Oh, you know what? Times are slow. They need more money. That's exactly why they're doing it. So, but I've always accepted a part that YouTube's always going to try to get more money out of my channel. Like, you guys know that I have a $1 membership, right? And I only charge $1, and that's so those people that were like a die-hard traders and they want to watch my tutorial, like my weekly videos and my daily content when it comes to members and stuff like that, although I haven't done in a couple days, that type of stuff, it only costs 99 cents for a month. But you would not know that Apple takes like a 30% cut of that, and then YouTube takes a 50% cut of that. So I'm left holding just a few pennies for every member that there is, and I'm okay with that. To be honest, because it's not, you know, it's only like $1 or something like that. But at the end of the day, I think I got like 30 cents or something from it. So I get my little sliver. But I know how to trade Bitcoin. So I think that I'd rather have that Bitcoin money than YouTube money for right now. Yeah, that's some of the stuff going on right here. Okay, so a couple more things here, guys. I just want to see if anything's actually popping off on the second page of coinmarketcap.com. We normally look at the top 100 here, but the top 200 may be interesting. Oh, and also, I do have this watch list. I think I showed you guys it a while ago. While these assets are going down right now, here's a list of things I'm trying to look for buying. No order in particular, just these are just things that I want to buy and say, hey, I think there's a chance they go higher over the long term here in a potential altcoin season scenario. They're going to be Popcat, Brett, Mew, Mog, Book of Meme, Rose, Meme, Turbo, Dog, Goat, Sundog, RLC, Miro, Heart, Hoppy, PHA, Ladies, and Toshi. Also having some good things. I would also add on to this Apu. I think I showed you guys a picture on Twitter a few days ago of my Apu trade. This was on, I believe, below. Oh my fucking lord, Tampa. Okay, he's so old. So old. Oh, was that the trade? Yeah, Apu. I didn't set the way. I like the way this sounds. But it gave me like a 600% profit on the trade, which I thought was really nice. And on top of that, it wasn't like it was a 10x play or a 50x play. This was a 3x leverage play in which I got very, very, very lucky. Just like that cat play, I knew it. You could see momentum going in the direction, right? So you can buy that momentum. You're not always going to get this type of pop off of the asset though. So again, a very nice move here. Basically, I bought at 34 cents, 34.5 cents, and sold at $1.03. Very, very happy with that. Who's playing tonight? Must be Tampa and somebody else. Let me check out. Baker Mayfield, Derrick Henry. Oh, is the Ravens playing right now? Oh, crap. Hold on a second here. Okay, if I go to home and I go to explore, then for me, Ravens at Buccaneers. Holy crap. 17-10 at halftime. Wow. I'm kind of hoping the Buccaneers pull this out over the Ravens. I'm not a Ravens fan, but that's interesting right there. Very, very interesting. I think because I've been rooting for Russell Wilson and the Steelers to make some good moves here. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure to go check out that game here. I lost shorting Apu. Oh no. Oh no, man. Yeah, that definitely did have a pop, and that is why we have stop losses here. That is why we have stop losses. And no worries, Maureen, happy to help you out. Yeah, they are. Sucks YouTube does that crap more and more. Yeah, I mean, here's what I'll do. I'll try to do it for tomorrow. Let me see if I can actually do it now. YouTube allows me to, but it kind of like resets it for me, and you guys don't have a bad memory when it comes to this type of stuff. So I can go over here and I can turn off monetization right now. So you guys shouldn't see any more videos right now. You guys shouldn't see any more ads going forward today. Although the stream's pretty much over, but you guys get the point here. I'm going to stream probably around midnight tonight. Last week was incredibly busy for me, and I really hated it because I really wanted to stream like twice a day, and I barely got once a day in there. Like I barely got once a day in there. So, oh, but here, let me go see. Right, let me go see this very fast. The top 200 here, isn't thing moving in the last 24 hours? Oh, Safe is making a move right here. If you guys want to check out a momentum play, Safe is going to be it. AMP is doing okay. I wouldn't say great, but it's doing fine. Radium's doing okay. Scroll's doing all right. That's pretty much it here. On the other side, Prime is down. AIOZ is down. Meme Coin's down. Of course, Meme had a really good month overall, still up 23% compared to most of these other things. But Hot is down 7%. So you're seeing some breathers right now. Baby Dogecoin still up 60% for the month. Book of Meme is up 30% for the month. It's meme coins, guys. It's meme coins. I'll make a rant video. Yesterday I got a new gimbal and I was learning how to use it. I got this really cool gimbal. Let me go to my Amazon account and see what I bought because I don't recall what it's called. It's something kind of a funky name. My orders. I got dog food coming. Ho Him I Steady M6. Now this costs a couple $100, but I made some money, as you can see from some of these trades. So this is what I got for the channel. I don't know. Oh, it's Halloween theme. It is not. I've never been in a Halloween mood type of guy. I don't know about you guys, but Halloween has never been my thing. But it's basically that. Can I not? There you go. It's basically this right here. So nice little thing. It has a bunch of cool tools. Actually, a lot of cool tools. A lot of cool tools in this thing. Comes with a stand, case. It even has a light on top of it. It has an AI sensor, so I can just go like this and it starts playing, or I go like this and it starts playing, or I go like this and it focuses. It stops focusing for. It stops following me for a second. I move my head over here, and then it knows my head's here, but it still keeps me on the right hand side of the video. That way I'm not in the middle of the video. There's a bunch of cool stuff in here, and I'm learning how to do it. But yeah, so I'll be using this for some videos. I am going to be doing some more ranting videos here. I think I'm going to be doing a style where I can edit. I've been trying to do the editor route. I've been trying to do all this other stuff, and it's been stressful, and I said, fuck it, I don't care anymore. So what you guys are going to see me do is a style that I've seen a lot of conservative and liberal political YouTube channels do, where they basically will play a video. This may be a CNBC video because I'm more of a crypto economic nerd, not a political nerd. But I'm going to start playing a video, then I'm going to talk about it and rant about what I don't like or what I like about it. And then I'll play another one, and I'll just kind of make a story that's about 10 to 15 minutes long, talking about everything going on. It'll be rant after rant after rant, and I think it'll be a very good thing, especially since I'm using my stand-up desk and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's kind of the goal of what's going on here today. The next few weeks here. Get ready for that video to probably show up tomorrow, because I think I'm going to record it later on tonight. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. So that's pretty much the end of the video for today, guys, or the stream here. I'm going to try to make it nice and fast for you guys. I am going to be trying to do just more 1 hour long videos, because I think that's just the most I can get in here without sounding too repetitive. And when I sound too repetitive, people just stop watching, then I lose my own momentum, and I'm like, ah, shit, I should stop streaming. And it gets kind of funky. You guys know I'm not afraid of just telling you guys my thoughts about different shit, so yeah. But yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later on tonight. I think I'm going to go live around like 11 o'clock, so maybe like 4 or 5 more hours, maybe around midnight or something. And then we're going to be looking at where Bitcoin's going, because if we're still holding this level right now, around 66,498, I do think we have a good opportunity to have a really nice bounce tomorrow. It most likely won't happen until tomorrow afternoon, but maybe if we're lucky, it'll happen tomorrow morning, where we might see a little bit more news coming out from Asia or something, right? So see you guys a little bit later. Steeler Nation, indeed, I've been very happy with how they're doing.